In the vast, endless expanse of the galaxy, where alien empires had sprawled for eons with their glittering warships and intricate bureaucracies, humanity emerged not with the pomp of conquest, but with the quiet, relentless ingenuity that no species could anticipate. Earth itself, a small blue jewel, forgotten and underestimated in the void, yet harboring a spark that would ignite legends across star systems. Colonies sprung up on barren moons and gas giant orbitals, each human settlement a testament to stubborn resilience. For where other species relied on perfect technology or rigid hierarchy, humans thrived in chaos, adapting to environments that could crush lesser beings without a thought. Engineers designing fusion farms in floating asteroids, while children on distant moons learned the language of stars before they could even walk. And somewhere in these outer reaches, alien scouts reported to their councils that humans were dangerous, though they could not yet define why. A danger that was subtle and omnipresent, not in raw numbers, but in unpredictability. For humans thought differently, acted differently, and in ways that no computer or alien mind could calculate, their strategies often appearing foolish until the moment they succeeded, leaving entire fleets immobilized, entire campaigns undone, and entire civilizations whispering warnings across star maps that the Terrans are not to be underestimated. On Earth itself, the cradle of humanity, forests and oceans thrummed with life as if the planet itself knew the importance of its progeny. And the humans who remained there nurtured a culture of memory and instinct, teaching generations the art of observation, improvisation, and the subtle manipulation of odds, so that even the youngest child born under Earth's skies could sense patterns and consequences that seasoned alien commanders could not. And as humanity's colonies networked through quantum communications, sharing discoveries and subtle tactics in ways incomprehensible to outside species, a quiet terror spread across interstellar councils, not of human aggression, but of human potential. For wherever humans appeared, the universe shifted in unexpected ways. A neutral system might suddenly become self-sufficient. An alien warship might vanish in a miscalculated orbit. A diplomatic conference might end with treaties that baffled translators and analysts alike. And reports came back to Earth's home councils that humans were rewriting the rules of survival and dominance in ways the galaxy had never seen. And yet, despite their spread and rising influence, humans remained unpredictable, unbound by traditional notions of power or strategy, creating fleets on whim, establishing colonies in locations considered uninhabitable, integrating with alien ecosystems, and adapting faster than aliens could understand, so that some whispered darkly that Earth itself was a hub of latent danger, a seed of chaos that had multiplied into a species capable of outthinking the galaxy itself. And in remote observation stations, alien scientists pored over data from the human colonies and could find no pattern, no algorithm, no blueprint that could explain why humans thrived where others perished, why battles turned at the last instant, why diplomacy succeeded when logic dictated failure. And slowly, across councils, academies, and war rooms, fear grew. Not the fear of death or destruction, for many alien species had mastered both, but a deeper fear, a fear of something they could not control or predict. And in whispered reports, some commanders admitted that even if humans were numerically smaller, they were exponentially more dangerous than any organized armada, a truth that spread faster than fleets, creating a galaxy-wide respect
awe and subtle dread, because humanity was no longer just a species. They were a force of nature, adaptive, resilient, and utterly unknowable. And as starlight shone on the edges of colonized systems, humans continued to expand, exploring, building, and surviving, always with the instinctive knowledge that Earth, their home, their anchor, their ultimate bastion, was untouchable, and that the legends of Terrans would grow not just as conquerors, but as guardians of an unpredictable genius that even the oldest alien empires could neither tame nor anticipate, so that every star they touched bore the quiet signature of human ingenuity. Every system whispered stories of clever victories and improbable survival, and every alien council, from the highest throne to the humblest observation post, feared not merely the humans they saw, but the humans they could not see, the ones whose minds danced through possibilities too vast for comprehension, leaving the galaxy in a state of cautious vigilance. For humans were everywhere, yet nowhere predictable, and Earth, small and seemingly fragile, remained the heart of a legend that would never be controlled.
The galaxy had long mapped itself with the confidence of eternal order, alien civilizations assuming that the stars belonged to those who could dominate them with logic, firepower, and bureaucracy. Yet all those maps, all those meticulously planned campaigns, crumbled quietly under the weight of human unpredictability. For when alien fleets approached human colonies, they encountered not mere soldiers or technology, but minds that danced around their calculations, minds that anticipated, improvised, and evolved in ways no war room could prepare for. And word spread quickly among starfaring species that humans were not merely dangerous, they were a living enigma, a riddle wrapped in instinct and courage. And central to this fear was Earth, the blue planet that seemed inconsequential in size but monumental in significance, a place that all aliens who studied humans whispered about in reverent tones. For Earth was more than a homeworld, it was a symbol, a nexus of potential and peril, and any threat to it would awaken forces that no galactic empire could withstand. From the icy moons of the outer rim to the molten cores of the inner systems, humans operated with a coordination that seemed mystical, a network of intuition and communication that defied alien understanding. And when explorers reported strange patterns, colonies surviving deadly radiation storms, engineers fixing failing starships with improvised materials, diplomats negotiating impossibly complex treaties, they were met with disbelief until fleets fell victim to unseen strategies, supply lines disrupted, and entire campaigns rendered irrelevant by a species that could think in dimensions no alien mind could map, so that across the galaxy, alien leaders debated endlessly, fearing that any direct assault on humanity, or even Earth itself, could awaken a response that would cascade unpredictably, that a single provocation might mobilize humans in ways their studies could never quantify. And as humans spread further, building floating metropolises above gas giants, mining asteroids in orbital webs, and terraforming moons into vibrant worlds, Earth remained the anchor of all this ingenuity, a secret core of strategy, instinct, and unbreakable will. And alien historians wrote in hushed tones about Earth as a mythic fortress, untouchable, mysterious, almost sentient in its protection of the species it had nurtured. And across every observation post, council chamber, and intelligence network, fear became a common language, for no algorithm could predict a human reaction, no diplomat could negotiate the bounds of their courage, and no fleet could measure the true reach of their adaptive minds. And so humans, thriving in countless star systems, continued to surprise and awe the galaxy, not with overwhelming firepower, but with the subtle, inexhaustible resource that was their intellect and intuition, a resource that turned seemingly hopeless battles into improbable victories. And as alien leaders debated endlessly whether to confront or flee, ingenuity, humans moved quietly among the stars, building colonies, exchanging knowledge, creating art and science in ways that mirrored the diversity of thought and freedom that defined them, while Earth watched silently from its orbit, a beacon of both nostalgia and latent might. And legends grew, stories of entire fleets vanishing when humans anticipated their maneuvers, of colonies surviving catastrophes that would have destroyed any other civilization, of single humans turning the tide of galactic conflicts through daring, improvisation, or insight that defied calculation. And in the end, every species came to understand the same inescapable truth. The humans were untouchable not because of numbers, not because of technology, but because of something deeper, a spark of unpredictability, courage, and adaptation rooted in the cradle of Earth, a spark that ensured that humanity, though scattered among the stars, remained the galaxy's most enigmatic, awe-inspiring, and feared species, and that Earth, their home, their heart, their anchor, would always remain untouchable, untamable, and eternally legendary.